And so, Alan, I can't thank you enough. Come on up. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Captain Alan Blaine. I'm the lead RTO for the Recruit Academy here at the Chandler Public Safety Training Center. This academy, Task Force 20-01, like you heard, is 21 recruits comprised of 4 different agencies. And I don't think we could have had a better group. Again, I am the lead instructor, but I'm only a small part of this. I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce my team, who all had an equal role in shaping and mentoring these fine firefighters. So I'd like to introduce Captain Bill Crowther with Scottsdale Fire Department. Captain Tony Ambrosia, Scottsdale Fire Department. Captain Martin Lane, Arizona Fire Medical Authority. Captain Tom Fouché, Chandler Fire Department. And in addition, we also had Captain Chuck Boughton from Arizona Fire Medical Authority. And Firefighter King, also from Arizona Fire Medical Authority. Like I had mentioned before, the staff is comprised from across 4 different agencies that collectively bring over 100 years of training experience and subject matter expertise to this academy. Well, I'd like to tell you that that was one of the paramount attributes to this academy. I'd be remiss if I didn't say or point out that the foundation of this academy's success, I believe, comes from I keep wanting to say recruits, from the firefighters themselves. I have a history of teaching with Captain Ambrosia going back into the community college system prior to teaching municipal academies, and we go back over 10 years, sir. My memory's old. And when I say that this is one of the finest academies that we've ever had the opportunity to work with, that's not just empty words. I can tell you without a doubt that from even before day one, their cohesion was like no other that I've ever seen. They already had their program set up, and they already had things figured out as far as how they were going to come in and roll with everything right out the gate on day one. And then from the moment we had them, it was almost seamless. Sure, we've had some ups and downs, but the foundation, the character that they bring, the cohesiveness, not only within the academy itself, but within their individual engine companies, which we would mix up every couple of weeks, so they would work for members from each agency and get that experience. And it's, again, I can't say it's like no other. I firmly believe that is one of the defining moments or characteristics of this academy and why they were so successful. They've just completed 15 weeks of a regional training academy where they get top level education, and they have the benefit in no small part by the participation of all the member agencies to include Scottsdale, Arizona Fire Medical Authority, and in fact, Tolleson Fire Department sent some apparatus down here too. Without these organizational partners, this program couldn't have been nearly as successful as it was. So to our leadership, we thank you gentlemen for buying into the program and supporting us without question. This group, like I said, one of the best I've ever seen, 21 diverse recruits. And we went all the way from a barista, who not only a barista, a black apron. We didn't know that was even a thing until we heard it. We weren't sure if we were just divulged classified information or something, but all the way to some military veterans. And our age range went from 21, and I'll save him some embarrassment, all the way to the very end of his 30s. They come with different life experiences, different occupations, and those diverse experiences also lended to the success of the academy. It wasn't just us teaching them, it was them teaching each other. It was them helping each other. And it wasn't unusual to see them. Well, they would always beat us here. I'm pretty sure that they were camping out at the end of the driveway every morning, but they would stay late. They took the opportunity. Sometimes I think they waited to watch us drive away, but then they would stay and practice. And to have that kind of ownership into a program speaks volumes of the participants, not just the program itself. Again, I can't say enough about how proud we are, how far they've come. We've had individuals who shaved 15 minutes off their physical fitness times from day one to the last day. Their benchmarks and achievements that we've been following and cataloging show significant increase, a positive increase across every single recruit. That also, in my experience, is unheard of. So as a training staff, we're more than grateful to have that, those resources and those people to work with. I could go on and on for days about these fine individuals. You know, they came in as strangers to us, and now they're part of our family. And I would like to make one note: by them being part of our family, that makes you part of our family, and we welcome you to our fire service family. At this time, I'd like to call Chief Shannon up. He's going to say a few words about the recruits.
Well, graduations are always super. All through a screen. How we're going. And it truly is just.
veterans. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm so sorry, everybody. You didn't miss much. Um, so let me go back to the beginning. Tommy, thank you for letting us come. The Region system is intended to train us together because we're going to run together and to meet a minimum standard across the valley from the Harquahalas to the Superstitions so that if Chandler finds themselves in Scottsdale because of the call type or whatever, that there's performance expectations that can be met. And certainly that, not only was that met here, is outstanding. I mean, I've been in awe of your facility since I saw bricks going up. And certainly the recruit training officers here you have are amazing. I think I sent a couple pretty good ones ourselves. And thank you, Billy and Tony, for coming. But at the end of the day, and suffice to say, sorry for you folks that didn't hear me before, do everything they told you to do and do it better than they told you to do it safer than they told you to do, and then take every opportunity that comes to you to be whatever you want to be in the fire service, because it's truly an amazing vocation. Dave Renke was a pain in the behind for so long early in his career, right, Jimmy? And through his diagnosis of cancer, he found his calling. And I'm sure, did they get a cancer talk here? Had it been him who came to talk to you, you would have seen this crazed, passionate guy, not about the fire service, but really about the safety and then being. So I'll close with just, we're so proud of you. Parents are proud of you. I don't ever want to see you in anything other than promotional environments or at the grocery store or with the training that you've had from these folks. It won't be for that any other reason. Thank you very much, and I look forward to swearing you guys in.
Thank you, Chief. Hey, Chief, if I could have you stay up here on stage. We're going to move on to the next part of our ceremony, which is the badge pinning and presentation. With that being said, we're going to call again, there it goes, the firefighter's name. And they're going to step and come up here, and they've each chosen somebody to help pin their badge for them. And we just ask that you come around this side of the stage and come up here. Chief is going to give you a badge. You can pin that on your firefighter, and then we'll stop for just a brief pause for a picture opportunity. Then we'd ask you to return to your seats, and they're going to pass through the reception line and receive their helmet and their first assignment. Okay, so with that being said, I'd like the RTOs to join me up on stage.
One other thing, and I failed to thank Brian Reed, Chief Reed, for your leadership and selecting these two cats for this duty. That's not going to be good. Thank you, and I appreciate it, and I promise. There is other places for you. Okay. All right.
If you want to join Captain Crowther.
First, go ahead.
Logan Adcock.
Got to say thanks to all these.
Yeah. This is firefighter Eric Garcia being pinned by Captain Bill Crowther. See him smiling through the mask, just like he did. Firefighter Jake Laurent. Firefighter Zachary Spangler. Some of you can hear the nervous laughs when the firefighters first get issued these shirts, they have little demarcations where the badge pin is supposed to go. It doesn't always go there, and you have to force it through. So that laughter is more like nervous coping mechanism, hoping that that badge, what is it, like a 2-inch badge pin, doesn't find its way all the way through. Firefighter Austin T-Bolt. And if I may, I'd like to take the opportunity to let everybody know Austin was picked by his peers to be recruit of the academy. No pressure, Austin. And last but certainly not least, Matthew White.
Actually went to Tim.
Okay. Now that everybody's been pinned and has a badge, we're going to take this opportunity. Chief Shannon is going to have you recite the oath and swear you into the organization.
So we do this to make sure that they're all legal in the public safety pension system. And then in every November or December, we do an awards ceremony, promotions, and all of that, where we dress up in our Class A's. And so you'll get a chance to come back and see that. And so we did it virtually this year, but we're going to do it in person this time. Okay, don't mess up. All right.
Hereby declare
That I will
faithfully discharge the duties of firefighter
to the city of Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
In the best interest of the Scottsdale Fire Department. In accordance
All applicable laws and ordinances. The Arizona Fire Service.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
So at this time, we're going to ask most of the recruits to take a seat in the front row. We're getting ready to watch the recruit video so you can see what they've been dealing with the last 15 weeks and experiences. But before we do that, we're going to have an opportunity to have one of the Scottsdale firefighters come up and share their experience with the academy. Firefighter Eric Garcia.
Got to get it low. I'm a little short. Sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eric Garcia, and I'm speaking on behalf of Task Force 2001, specifically for the Scottsdale recruits. First and foremost, I want to thank all the families, friends, and loved ones for coming out and supporting us. It's a special day, and it couldn't be done without any of you. Now I want to take this time to tell you about my new friends, but short of that, my new family. Despite how close we may be now, it wasn't always that way. And that's what makes this fire service so unique and amazing. Let me take you guys back to September 28th, the first day we all met. All of us nervous, anxious, but definitely excited. I mean, it was the first day of our new life. We got it. We got the job of our dreams. We felt on top of the world. Now it was time to secure it. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Captain Krill and Captain Ambrosia weren't going to let us off. They weren't going to let us off easy. They introduced us to the Scottsdale skill course. But before I dive too deep into that gruesome of a skilly, let me explain how all 6 of us were with each other back then. All of us awkward, a little hesitant to speak, and definitely quiet. That lasted about a day, which I've never experienced before. It always takes me a while to warm up and feel comfortable around people. I believe that it only lasted one day because we all suffered together. Our RTOs put us through some of the longest and hardest days we have ever been through. It was definitely a reality check. But we were never alone. We had each other. We were all going through the same thing. We all felt the same thing. But not only us, our RTOs were there with us every step of the way, not just telling us what to do, by showing us, leading by example. Eventually, all of us knew something about each other, whether it was sports we loved, our favorite foods, how tired we were, how excited we were to be on a truck, our wives or girlfriends. And it's so crazy yet so beautiful to see 6 complete strangers just turned into brothers within weeks. Looking back to our first date, not realizing how much these 6 guys would impact my life in such a tremendous way. We have memories lasting a lifetime, and these are a couple I'd like to share with you. So Laurent, you don't just have the most epic voice in this academy, you also have the most epic heart. Always willing to help, always there for us, and always making sure I get the little axe. I don't mean to be too pedantic up here, but thank you, Laurent, for being such a great brother. T-Ball, the man with the coolest eyes in the whole academy. I don't know if you guys know, but he has 2 different colored eyes. He's not just about eyes, though. He's a workhorse. He's always doing something, always trying to find a way to help, and always there for us. Thank you, T-Ball, for being a great brother. T-Ball, sorry. White, you're the heart of this academy. You're always able to make us laugh and lighten up the day. You aren't just all fun and games, though. When you need to turn it on, you do. Thank you for making this academy a joy, and thank you for being a great brother. Spangler, you have to be the smartest man in this academy. Not just because he's a medic, guys, but if we had any question at all, we know who to go to. And I don't know if you guys could tell, but he's 6'7". And one of the coolest things I've seen throughout this whole academy was him flip a 24-foot ladder with no effort at all, clockwise. That must be nice, you know? Spangler, you're a motivator, and thank you for being a great brother. Adcock, the Division I All-American national champion in volleyball right there. Did you bring your ring? No? Okay. Adcock, you're a leader. You always know how to get things done, but by leading us. Always first in and last out. Thank you for being such a savage, and thank you for being a great brother. Now that I shared a little bit about my family, I want to take this time to thank every RTO for being there for us through the long and countless hours. This academy wasn't always easy, and there was times that you'd think about quitting. But the bond that we all shared not only as a class, but with our RTOs, drove us past those walls where we wanted to quit, and we gave more. Without any of our RTOs, we would not be here today. Although we get pushed to our limits, they were there every time, leading the way and showing us what it means to be a leader. Now, this is something I wanted to share with with you guys and my fellow recruits. Through these 18 weeks, because we had that pre-academy, so I'm sorry. Through these 18 weeks, I've learned a lot. I've met so many people that became mentors, friends, and most importantly, family. And what they have taught me is fail big. After today, it's going to be the beginning of all of our new lives. We're scared and it's frightening, but we shouldn't be afraid to fail. There used to be like an old IQ test that there was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So, sorry. What I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to go outside the box or think outside the box. I remember telling one of my good buddies that my dream was to be a firefighter, and it was back in high school. And he immediately shut it down and gave me statistics of how hard it was to get hired. And I wasn't going to let a dream or statistic or someone tell me I couldn't do it. But I also had to remember that a dream without goals, it's just a dream. I made it here today, and I can proudly say now that I am a firefighter, but it doesn't stop here for any of us. Sorry. This time, Chief Dewiggins told us recently, what are we going to leave behind? Well, some of us have dreams to be paramedics, to be engineers, to be captains, to be battalion chiefs, to be assistant chiefs, and some of us even have ambitions to be the fire chief. But we have to remember that our dreams are just dreams without goals and can often lead to disappointment. So we have to remember, have goals, but have dreams, but have goals. Have hourly goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, life goals. And like Captain Crowther says, discipline. The only way to achieve any of our goals is consistency and discipline. What I thought about this whole academy was to remember, without commitment, you'll never start, and without consistency, you'll never finish. If it was easy, there'd be no Captain Crowther. If it was easy, there'd be no Captain Ambrosia, no Captain Lane. If it were easy, there'd be no Captain Blaine. If it were easy, there'd be no Chief Dewiggins, no Chief Bisco. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Chief Shannon. If it were easy, there'd be no Chief Good. If they were easy, there'd be no T-Ball, no Adcock, no White, no Spangler, no Laurent. If it were easy, there'd be no Garcia. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So we have to remember throughout our careers, keep moving, keep growing, and I'll see you guys at work. Thank you, guys.
I don't know if I've ever met a more motivating individual in my life. Consistently, it was almost every morning I would see him first. I could see him all the way across the training ground, that smile glowing brighter than the academy lights. Thank you for those kind words, Eric. Now I'd like to take the opportunity to show a video that we've created to share with you, our family, some of the experiences that we've dealt with over the last 15 weeks.
Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them, we are the task force, the mighty, mighty task force, mighty task force.
Okay, in closing, I'd just like to congratulate the 6 firefighters on a job well done, and many wishes for success on your new career. I'd like to thank the families for sharing them and allowing them the time and freedom to be able to study and be so productive and successful in their academies. I'd like to thank Chief Shannon for entrusting us with training these 6 fine individuals, and Chief Reed as well. I'd also like to thank both of you for giving us 2 of the finest RTO and team members that I could have ever hoped for. And again, thank you to Chief DeWiggins and Chief Chapman and all the other participating organizations, and to the crews that came down. One of the captains back there was able to do some training, teach his own son, which I think is pretty awesome accomplishment. With that being said, this concludes our ceremony. We do have the opportunity for your firefighters to show you around the facility. We do have some refreshments available out in the firefighter training area. So please take them up on that and let them share with you their experiences and stories. I'm sure they have. Thank you.